What's up, Cosmonauts? I'm Trendy. This is my good buddy Clay, and this is a new friend that we brought along with us today. I can't talk. Our good friend Abstract. How you doing, Clay? How you doing, Abstract?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, how's it going? Good to be on.
Pretty good, man. Appreciate you being here. So, just for the listener and the viewer, we're gonna have a show where we normally have, as far as like all the goodies that we talk about. Sorry, we missed you last week. And at the end of the show, our good friend Abstract is going to take us on a little journey on an adventure about what he's building in the cosmos. So that should be really exciting. How we kick off every show, Clay? You want to tell us about how the market is going? Maybe talk to us about the Fed and stuff like that. What's going on?
Yeah, the Fed just decided to put the interest rates or keep the interest rate at 0.75. So that's 2.75 increases in a row, which is pretty crazy, pretty historic to live through. But I mean, I guess the market had kind of like priced in that they were going to do a 1%, or at least thought that they were going to keep it there. And then since they did, the market just started pumping and
Mm-hmm.
proved me wrong. I thought I was going to dump, but of course, it does the opposite of what you think it's going to do.
Yeah.
And I still think long term, it's kind of like the roller coaster down, but we'll see how it comes out, because it looks like it had like broken out of some pretty long term downtrends. So we'll see if that trend actually continues into a new bull run here. But in the past, like what, 24 hours, it's been like a nonstop pump. I think it went
Yeah.
down. I think Adam, it went down to like $8.88 I saw. And I asked my friend, I was like, should I buy, dude? Because I really think I should sell at like $10.15. And then he was like, oh yeah, no, it's gonna go down. And he's still pissed off about that. But I'm kind of mad because I was gonna do that. I was gonna ride that little wave, get some extra USD in my account, but I didn't do it
Yeah.
overall. And my USD is just sitting there laughing at me now. So
Dude, I did the
uh,
same thing. I pulled it out. I think it was like Adam was like 960 something. And I pulled it out and it pumped all the way up to like 10 something, and it's coming back down. So I'm kind of break even where I converted it over, but I was hoping that, I mean, being mean, I was hoping that it would drop and Secret would come back down to $1 and all that good stuff, but it didn't happen.
for me, I don't know what it is, but every time I have a limit order set at a certain price, whatever that price is, it just tends to moon from there. So that was kind of like my philosophy too. Is like I'm gonna put that because I said on the, I think the few last shows, I was like, just put. I didn't say to do it because I was like, this is what I'm doing. I'm putting USD on Coinbase, and it has a limit order, to buy it really low in case it dips, and I'm not paying attention. So um, it's just funny that every time I do that, the market just laughs at me. But this time, I actually have the coins already, so I was just like, either way, I win.
Were you trying to pull some fun stuff, Abstract? What did you think was going to happen?
Oh man, I can't trade, guys. I'm way too emotional for that.
Yeah.
That's not my game
It's
whatsoever.
tough.
I like watching the ride though. Don't get me wrong. It's always a
Yeah.
fun adventure.
Yeah, for
I still
sure.
say $5 a Bitcoin is probably the cheapest ticket to the best drama you'll ever face. But I mean, I'm with you. I was kind of expecting the like doom number comes out, everyone pumps, and then the next day everyone like wakes up from the hangover and the market shit the bed. That didn't happen. So I mean, this is why I don't trade, because I would have been completely wrong.
Yeah, I thought that it was going to pump from the, like you just said, like when they changed the, or announced the BPS hike, and then when they came out with the CPI data, I was like, everybody's going to realize, oh shit, we're in a recession, and dump that shit. But no, like the institutions just pumped it and liquidated all those shorts. So it's just funny to see that happen every time.
They might
Almost.
just be on vacation. It's summertime. They're out on the beach.
True.
They're not really paying attention.
We'll get them when we come back. They'll be all right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Our bags are just getting bigger anyway.
Yeah, true.
Well, sweet, man. So what are you expecting, Clay, over the next week? Like, I know you're not a Nostradamus, so whatever you say is going to be the exact opposite. So go ahead.
I wish I would have talked about this last few weeks, and maybe I did, and I just don't remember. But my friend, whenever Juno had hit, I think it was about $3, and like it was a low $3 number, and yeah, I think everything's gonna go back double to what it is right now. Like I think Cosmos was, or Adam was $7, and he was like, I think Adam is gonna go to 16, and Juno is going to go to $6 and then come back down to whatever it is going to be like overall, because he's
Mhm.
really good at it. Honestly, he's getting a lot better. So hopefully this guy can make me a lot of money, like long term. Because yeah, he trades options, and like lately he's been making about $500 a day, which is pretty good.
Goddamn. Yeah,
Like
that's
I
not
could
bad.
I could live off that, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. So did you say what you think was going to happen, or was I just like
Um,
playing with the NFA
Well,
button
no,
too
no,
much?
that like that's I'm kind of going by what he had predicted. I'm like,
Yeah,
if he's right with those numbers, because he's a big TA trader, so this is going off of a lot of just technical analysis, and he
gotcha.
has like zero emotion when he trades. He's like really good at it,
I'm the
and
opposite.
yeah, me too. And so I'm
But
just
I
trying to
love
learn
this
from him.
coin.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and yeah, so I'm just trying to learn from him, and he that's what he thinks. So I, for Bitcoin, I don't know what that equates to in Bitcoin. I just
yeah.
watch Cosmos, really.
I bought this Juno with my grandma's birthday money.
But Netta is going crazy. Did you see Netta?
Dude, yes, it was like
And
up 40, 50%. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because you can't sell it or what, because the chain is halted, but it's going nuts right now.
Oh yeah, that's a nice little segue. Did you get to look into
Damn it, I closed that or no, I didn't. So
do you
yeah,
know
like
about
the
the
chain.
Juno being hauled abstract? Did you
Yeah,
get
maybe
whiff of
Abstract
that?
knows more.
Yeah, it was yet another kind of issue in Cosmwasm. It looked like there was a way in which, with Auth, you don't know what Auth is a way to kind of give someone else permission to do something. There was a bit of it was non-deterministic in which one would get executed first, either revoke or an application of privileges.
Uh-huh.
So someone had a smart contract that was doing both, applying a privilege and revoking the privilege. And it was unsure kind of which order that was taking place in, depending on who were in that contract. Obviously, that means the chain is inconsistent and a huge problem. I think I also read that someone was discussing this issue on a
Yeah.
different chain. And so, did someone read it and go play with Juno? Probably.
Yeah. Bruce Wayne 2.
Yeah.
I think that was his name. Yeah, I think that was his username. He called it out, and they think that somebody saw it and were like, let's test this on Juno. So it worked.
It worked. It worked.
Yeah.
I accidentally did something.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, probably some like 12-year-old kid. It's fine.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Do you think that that's a problem on all Cosmwasm chains?
I mean, theoretically, I don't see why anyone running that would. I guess. Let me rephrase that. You have to have two things, because you would need the Auth module as well on the chain. So if it has Auth and it has open WASM smart contracts, then I think that's the ingredients you need right now.
Very cool. Well, not very cool, but thank you for the insight. Yeah, I mean, it is cool if you're into that. Yeah.
I mean, it's stuff so early, it's always going to break. You can't be like super mad about everyone when things goes wrong.
Do you have like a purposeful glitch going on with your screen, just to kind of flex that you're the redacted glitch rabbit? Do you see that on your end too? Do you see it, Clay?
What are you talking about?
Like randomly, his screen will just glitch.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
All right.
That's so weird. There's a lot of technical issues going on tonight. The audio issue was very odd. Like it was going in and out, and I wasn't changing any settings. I was like, "What the hell?"
You can see my eyes; they're squinting right now.
Like it was like my connection was loose, and I'm like, "These are wireless headsets." I was just like, "What the heck is going on here?" It was so weird. But,
your waves are loose. They're loose waves. You got to tighten them up.
Like, we got to figure it out though. So.
All right. Next up, we have the gelato airdrop. Did you claim your Italian ice cream?
I definitely did. I saw a few posts from them on Twitter. Like, what is it exactly?
Oh, it looked like a new gambling service, basically.
Dude, because I actually like the rack gambling. The raccoon
Have you used it?
gambling. Yeah. I won some Juno. I was like, that is so cool.
I
And
need to
so I
mess with
wanted
it.
to get like I was itching to gamble today. And I was like, I'm gonna
You had
gamble my
it. You
staking
had it.
rewards, right?
Yeah.
So I went there and I tried to claim it, and I was like, man, the chain salted, so I couldn't gamble today. I was like, I was like, I knew I was gonna lose because I was gonna do 0.3 Juno at like 10%, right? So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna lose this. But I was like, yeah, let's have some fun. I was like, it was just gonna spice up my day, you know what I mean? I think I had like what 0.3 Juno. What is that right now? Like a couple bucks,
$1,
$2.
yeah.
Mhm. I was gonna turn that into like $5.
Yeah,
It was no, actually 6. Or
turn it into
actually
a full
now 8.
Juno. Yeah,
Juno is pumping hard.
Is Gelato its own chain, or is that built on Juno or something?
built on Juno, I think.
Okay.
So I saw like
Also halted.
it looked like a coloring book picture. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was
Go
like
to
an
the
ice cream
website,
cone.
Clay. Pull it up, and I'll let you. We got time.
Let me do that. But yeah, I had from seeing that picture, I had an idea of like a coloring book NFT that you like color in, and then like the way you color it in, you can actually mint the NFT that way and sell it. That'd be pretty cool.
That's kind of like the opposite direction of the IBC friends, right? They actually just, you can sign
How do
up
you
to
spell
be in their
gelato?
coloring book.
True. You had it up there, Clay. It's LL. Go back, delete a couple times. There it is. Oh.
Where?
Spell it slow.
How do you spell it?
How many people does it take to spell gelato? That's the real gelato right there.
It might be a real word, unfortunately.
I saw it.
I saw the icon kept popping up when you were typing.
Was it? I was looking for that.
Yeah, it's that black and white icon.
Is it gelato like network?
Maybe just
or
one. Maybe just one L.
Those are weird looking
There it is,
flowers.
right there. There it is.
Cool.
If that's the real one, it could be a knockoff account, but that's the same icon and name.
I mean, poor that.
Oh,
Like
shit.
that's like quintessential launch nonsense for them, though. Let's be honest. Like,
Yeah.
that airdrop drops. I'm sure they worked their butt off to get to this stage, and then the chain that they're on halts. Like that's pretty classic. I've been there.
Yeah.
I get like, some things you just can't help, and you gotta laugh off.
Right.
Maybe it wasn't this. Maybe it wasn't this one. Maybe it's somebody
I
else.
feel like
Maybe
that's
it's
a
another
fake
gelato. Oh,
account.
here it is. Here it is. This one.
Yeah.
No, this is really the real one, I think.
Okay.
So
IBC
you're right, it is a
luck-based game.
luck-based program. But this
It's
is
Gelato
what gave
2.
me that
That's legit,
idea.
Tony.
Like, imagine and somebody's going to steal this idea. That's just how it works in crypto. But like, you have something like this, a whole bunch of NFTs that are like really cool. Like maybe even do like mandalas or an AI created one. And yeah, you have a website where you connect your wallet, you color it in the way you like, and then you can actually mint it to the blockchain that way and sell it on the open market. I have a lot of NFT ideas, but
Yeah, I mean,
that was one of them I just got from this thing.
Osmosis Pixel proved you can do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just take a snapshot of the, yeah. All right.
Anything is possible with NFTs.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's forced. Like, you can't buy gelato, right? You can't buy it yet. I mean, we can't pull up Juno right now anyway, so.
No,
Juno
I don't
swap.
think they have an active token out right now.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what that's going to launch at as far as like a token value. 1 cent.
But so it's going to be, we don't know anything more than that. Like there's no leaked images or anything.
There probably is, but we're moving on.
Cool.
No, I was gonna say the yeah, like those as we get more and more information as far as like them dropping and stuff like that, and actual tokenomics, and do some more research.
It was a
Airdrop.
fat airdrop.
Yeah. And then the next one that we want to make sure that everybody's claiming is Gnot.
Yeah, I guess because they said there's like a test net, and that's where these tokens are coming from. So I take it with a grain of salt because, like, I think anything can still change between now and whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
it's just a tracker, right? It's not really official, or is it official?
I don't think it's official. It's not from. I don't think it's from him. or Jaquan. It's from like some other team that's working, I guess, with them. I don't know. I didn't
Yeah.
really trust it. That's why I didn't connect my wallet. I just
Yeah.
pasted the address in there, and yeah, it says I'm getting a pretty sizable airdrop. People were upset because like they put in the address for Binance, and they had like 42
Oh
million
yeah.
tokens.
I saw that.
So people were like, "Oh, I thought they were going to be excluded," and that's why I say take it with a grain of salt because he was like, "Yeah, they're going to be excluded," and like I don't know, things might change.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the way I saw it is that I got like 1 for 1 of what I had staked on Atom, um, and then I guess because I voted a certain way, it gave me like almost 4.5 times what that is. So that's basically what I thought the algorithm was if you voted no with veto on
Yeah.
whatever that prop was.
I guess that's right then.
That's
Did
right,
you,
but is it right?
I don't know.
I don't know how I
It's
feel
rough.
about that.
It's very rough.
About that mechanism, but all right.
Yeah, that that
I mean,
was
it's
like
not
the
the
first
only
time.
vote buying going on. Like, there's
Yeah.
vote
Yeah,
buying behind
I
the
think it was
scenes
the
too.
first.
But
Was it the first?
it was the first airdrop one, I think. I think we can give them
Mm,
that credit for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's interesting. And I think there was people that said that on Reddit long ago, like when are we going to see the first bot airdrop, and it came true.
Well, we'll see it the other direction too, because a lot of people, are pretty passionate about whoever voted no on Prop 16 as well.
Exactly. So
So
we might see some projects come out later that do airdrops to whoever voted the opposite way. Exactly.
absolutely. If
That's
only
going
there
to
was
be
a
interesting.
blockchain that had votes that were private.
Like
The
a secret network.
gelato, the
Oh wait,
gelato airdrop, it heavily favored Neta holders. So it's kind of like the same thing. I mean, they're throwing so much more tokens at those people. It's just tilting it in their favor so heavily that it's kind of almost the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah.
How
I mean, it's hard to argue how anyone does their token drop, though. I mean, it's their
Yeah,
project, right? Like,
exactly. I think it's more of
damn
like
this
I
free
always
money.
see. Yeah, I always see it as like a marketing thing. Like they want to point it
Absolutely.
towards who they like. And I think that's the one of the greatest things about crypto is that you can actually target an audience so well and so accurately. I think advertisers are going to love that about crypto, unfortunately, but we'll see how that works out. But yeah.
All right. So, how familiar are you with the Knots comics?
They started coming to about when we were in Austin,
Right.
and they were coming out, and they were just minting or selling out so fast, and because they were really small collections, and I think low priced, and then they actually did something cool where, like I think if you owned all six, you would get like the seventh. You know what I mean? And that was the only
Mm-hmm.
way to get that one. So that was really cool idea, and I haven't followed the comics. I just don't have that much time, but yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about them.
Yeah,
Have
maybe
you
we could
minted
get
any?
a. No, I haven't, but maybe we could get Rusty on the show to talk about them. I always
Yeah, he
appreciate how
loves
much
talking about
the.
stuff.
Yeah, I always appreciate how much he kind of like spotlights the show too. It's a good friend.
What's the comic about?
The Knots.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, that was like that. Was that the same like Stargaze?
it's like the Juno Knots, the Stargaze
Yeah. Okay.
Knots. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
knots everywhere. They have them on like pretty much all. If there is an NFT platform in Cosmos, they have them. They have like a version of the knots there.
Except for
Um,
secret, they don't got secret knots.
yeah, they haven't come
Maybe
out with
they do, and
secret
it's a
knots
secret.
yet. I think they're
True.
working on that. I think they are working on that, but we'll see.
I was gonna say like a Nazi joke, but probably shouldn't. Probably shouldn't.
I probably won't land.
Yeah, probably not. Cut that. All right. So next on the thing we have something that I'm still not used to, which is the Keplr Dashboard update for desktop. I absolutely hate the thing. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I just feel like
Yeah,
it looks pretty, but
I'm not totally like in hate with it, but I don't like how the icons are stretched, like for the each chain. I don't know if it's like that for everybody, but for me, the atom and like everything's like not a perfect circle. It's like an oval. It's really, really awkward. But I do like the dark mode on the mobile. So what can you do? They are taking that feedback though. I've seen several tweets where they're just like, yeah, we hear you. It does feel like something was kind of rushed out. Hey, we want they want dark mode like now, and they were like, fuck.
So let's give them a whole new UI.
Let's just slap this together. Well, it just feels like it was slapped together, but I don't know how
Yeah.
hard that is, because I heard it wasn't very hard to just change your existing UI to dark. And I think that's what most people really wanted, was just the existing UI and a nice slick dark, maybe a little bit bigger, but that would be like pretty much the most design
Abstract.
change I would-
How hard is it to change UI to dark mode?
Oh, UI isn't my thing. I can't tell you what that was. But
you could have
that
fooled us.
said, that said,
Very
no,
easy.
I paid people for that.
How much does it cost? No,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that'll
Yeah.
tell you. That'll tell you.
Yeah,
right there
exactly.
pretty much
2 weeks.
how
2 weeks is
difficult
what
it
I
is.
know.
Oh, 2 weeks time. That's yeah.
I mean, let's be realistic here. What Keplr was having troubles with their previous interface was the massive growth of the Cosmos ecosystem.
Yeah.
Like they knew, there would be lots of chains, but like to fully comprehend how all those different chains kind of come in, what different features they would want to actually expose in the interface, like the secret, secret to secret is a good example. That's not on other chains, but it's functionality you want to add. So I think it was just like really difficult for them to early on in that design imagine like, okay, how is this space going to grow? And I think that's what the new design tries to do better, is to tell you, here's all the chains you might care about, as well as here's information about chains that you don't know about, but you seem to have something on.
Mm-hmm.
But the simple everyday things that you do got lost in that a little bit.
Right.
Like I will click probably 5 to 10 different places that aren't buttons before I successfully stake and properly delegate my assets. Like it's just I think it's a button. I think, am I clicking the chain? Am I going to the chain? Am I not in the chain?
Yeah.
I'm in the chain. Okay, like where's the button? Like I think there was good intentions there, but they miss the everyday things versus the exploration things. And we love exploring the cosmos. So I can appreciate that design element, but
you said
I'm
the
a
words.
Keplr fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Keplr fan. I like them a lot. I think they do really good work for this space. I know they've got some critics, and I think a lot of that criticism is warranted in many ways. But I hope they fix those issues, because I get lost.
Maybe they make like a pro model, like a pro version, like that could be your kind of like your Coinbase, and then they could give us a Coinbase Pro that's like for the people who already know what they're doing. Let me do it quickly. I don't need to learn about any of these token.
They're going away from that model though.
But that's where other tooling is coming in though too. So now again with OffZ, like now the Keplr interface should actually just do this for me, right? Like there should be some other key it has access to that's not my ledger, that it can just do this automatically every time I visit the page and tell me the results. So I hope we get to that point.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it's so difficult, is because there's cooler things coming. Maybe I'm way too optimistic though.
That's my thought, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
You both could be
I
wrong.
kind of I feel like they just want to put this out there, but that's how I feel about it. But yeah.
Sweet. Let's I feel like we didn't do the Knots comic some justice. Clay, can you I'm putting you on the spot. Can you go to
I don't know where it's at.
Stargaze? Aren't they on Stargaze?
There's Knots on Stargaze. Yeah.
The Stargaze comics, I'm pretty sure, just for our viewer.
Yeah, we kind of got away from the listener.
Yeah. For our viewer, I mean for the listener, I feel like the conversation's been relatively engaged to where they don't have to see anything. We just been kind of talking anyway. No. Clay's dead air. He's flipping through the marketplace on Stargaze right now. He's looking for the Knots comics. I'm wondering if you could just
Speaking of interfaces that could do some work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's everybody's number one complaint with it.
Is it called a comic? Maybe if you type, I mean, you've already scrolled this far. It'd be a shame to scroll all the way up and comic didn't work.
Well, that was
I have no
it wasn't
idea.
the comic.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
The Knots universe.
So is each one a different? Yeah.
There's day one. Damn, 8,000 stars.
These people want to get paid.
Yeah, dude.
Holy heck.
They're like, you can read it right now, but go ahead and pay me $8,000 or 8,000 stars.
That's where they need the secret, right? They
Yeah,
need
exactly.
secret.
You can't read it till
So you can't read it.
see minute.
Ooh.
I hate
minted.
that though.
That's
Like when
fine.
you're like looking through, you can't like see it. But I understand. It's
The
cool.
only thing that bothers me about that would be like the secret dogs. Like, I don't know if you've looked through and saw secret dogs. I'm pretty sure Abstract has like, you don't know what dog you're buying. Like, there could be some mangy Wawa back there, and you don't want that.
It goes all the way back
Usually.
up to the top. Oh, look, you can search.
It was called like Universe, right? Or Star Universe or something like that. Not verse. Yeah, there you
Knots
go.
Universe. Yeah, they have quite a few.
Yeah, so shout out
here.
to the Knots team, Rusty and who's the other guy?
Jerry. Do you know
Jerry and Rusty. Yeah, Jerry's the main guy.
Mhm.
Rusty is he's a good guy. We met him in Austin, and he's a class act guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to support artists, Cosmos, are they still doing their what is their Knots program where they're helping other artists kind of launch?
The not supported artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just help you, if you need help kind of putting together the technical parts of the NFT world behind the scene. If you're an artist and you just, want to create art and have them do all the rest for you, they can help you out. Just
Yeah.
join their Discord.
You do your art things, they'll do all the technical stuff, and they're all trustful, really good people. So you don't have to worry about them trying to take advantage of you. From what I've seen, I mean, if somebody takes advantage of you, I'm sorry. All
Is
right,
that the same for the like not financial advice sticker? Or is that a different badge that you
Yeah.
flip on the screen? Like not OPSEC advice? Like,
Yeah, no kidding.
Not NFT advice. I don't know.
So while we're there, let's kind of like you already got it pulled up. Let's look at the launch. So you're on the launch pad, and scroll up to the.
I like those star bots. I find
Did you
them
get
really
any?
cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Go to all. Let's see what's launching. We're gonna do our.
Oh, there's all. I've never clicked all. That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, it is terrifying. But a lot of these, you could see what's about to drop. So we got looks like 3D box NFT, like all the ones that are new. OG
Ooh, a box.
footballers. Yeah, let's look at 3D box. What is that? I'm so intrigued.
Looks like
okay. You know what?
What was it?
Better than
Amoeba or something
expected.
like that. Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Yeah, so are you automatically scrapping? You scooping? Or
I wonder if
scrapping,
it's
Clay?
going to be like a metaverse type thing.
It looks like it's trying to be that way.
You can walk
Let's go and
around
order. Clay, do I need to
But
take
it's
over the
getting kicked
controls
out
of
of
this?
Minecraft. Getting kicked out of Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm horrible at this. If you want to do it.
I'm about to pull up Stargaze.
This one looks cool.
Nick is
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
You can mint it right now for 330 stars. I don't think you can. It's in 11 hours.
330
cheap, I feel like.
That's very. He's probably being sarcastic.
Right,
let's share.
Oh, these are more like AI generated ones. Stargaze XY. That seems to be a thing now. Like just have the AI, generate your shit for you.
So we looked at these. They're dropping in one day, 20 hours. So 3D box NFT, 3D ape NFT stage 1 on Stargaze ecosystem. There's 320 of them. There's 640 stars because obviously we don't have a whitelist. Are you gonna mint one, Clay? Everybody wants to know.
Yeah, hell no. I'm pretty anti NFT these days. I'm just like, give me the coin so I can stake it.
Well, then I'll talk to my DGen friend to Abstract. You gonna snag one of these or?
I'll be honest. I'm getting some bad kid vibes from it. So I probably my initial reaction would be to like not do it, but I bet I'll regret it.
It's a pretty low supply.
It's almost
for that
too
amount
good.
Too.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost too good, right? I would probably do some recon and make sure that it's not like some other person's art or something like that.
Yeah, true.
Do some Google reverse image searching.
That's what
Yeah,
I feel like
absolutely.
Stargaze is lacking really bad, and especially us being all three of us are redacted. I don't know if you know that Clay is a redacted rabbit as well. We joined the redacted crew at the same time, the Fluffle. But Abstract is also a redacted rabbit connoisseur. So we all know about the Warner Brothers and having art that looks like somebody that could rip it down.
Yeah, well, is that one that's on? Is that one still on here? That was like
The
straight up
Ricks,
Rick and Morty.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
saw that today.
yeah.
It's still here.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think it's already minting. It might even be on the main page. Like that's one thing Stargaze does a really bad job of is like protecting themselves and then also the community because that's an obvious infringement. Like, it, do they not know what Rick and Morty is?
Yeah. I
300.
don't
This
know.
is another one.
That's
10,000. This one starts tomorrow. Starts in 11 hours.
I don't see it though.
330 stars. I'm not gonna mint. You
But
gonna mint
that's
one of
like
these? Clay?
is that 100,000?
That one it
It's
looks cool.
10,000.
10,000.
10,000.
10,000. Jesus.
It looks cool, but yeah, not for me.
Crippies
Maybe
and
for like 30 stars. There's 10,000. Like, come on, guys.
you got the Crippies, and then you're gonna have the Bloodies
There's
next, and
only
there's gonna be like a jellyfish gang war.
there's only one jellyfish in that entire thing. It's just colored differently.
Oh, these
Whoa,
are
this
even
is the
better than
exact
those
same
other
other
ones.
thing. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so now you're talking. Like
yeah,
these
these are
this is a
better.
little better. You know what I mean? This looks like it could be. Have you ever played that game? Damn it, it's not Flappy Bird, but it's like a Frogger
Hmm.
thing. I think it's called Crossy Road. This looks exactly like one of those characters. But I mean, those are like animals and stuff, so it's not like an
Yeah,
infringement or anything. Like I'm not saying that.
that we
I'm
know
just
of.
saying like that. Like this, like looks like they were created in the same program. Maybe that's what I'm saying.
The
Can
Gambas.
we take a moment though to talk about this description? The
Yes.
Gambas will invest profits in securing the network. They're just like, well,
And
we're
more.
gonna stake this shit and earn more. Like, give us your coins and we'll
Yeah.
stake it, or
We'll
Each
stake them
you
for
for
you.
us.
each NFT comes with the benefits such as airdrops, future DAO, raffled NFTs and giveaways. Gamba's pet owners are limited and rare with exclusive benefits. So I'm assuming that they're going to come with a pet soon.
You see it
Oh, okay.
sometimes. It goes by. There's some pets.
I
Right
don't
there.
know. I just feel like that was a
Right
bunch of buzzwords. You
Oh,
know what I
there you
mean?
go.
Airdrop down.
They're cheap too, like $5.99. Like that's just a couple of days of rewards.
Mhm.
I mean, I like them. I think they look fun.
I think I might get this over the other one though.
See,
Over
but
the
that's where I
NFT
went
box.
wrong on Bad Kids.
Yeah, I didn't mint Bad Kids and Clay.
I didn't. Yeah,
Clay
I
grabbed
did.
a couple.
stupid.
I
Yeah.
grabbed one. He
Yep.
looks like me actually. I thought it was funny because yeah, in the space they were saying like that that's one of the things they wanted to do was like create some random stuff that people identify with, and yeah,
Yeah.
looks like me as a kid. It's kind of
Yep.
funny.
Yep. This is one that's also causing some controversy because there's like an Elon character in here, and they think that it's really just kind of ripping off what is that PS Labs, basically ripping
Yeah, I
off
saw
their
that.
Stargaze idea.
Is that like NF or that's the one I was talking about where it's like AI generated, or is that you think?
Yeah, the PS Labs is
Not.
AI generated, and this is as well.
So it's not their fault it came out looking like Elon, right? It's the AI bot they can blame it on.
All right, so man, like I'm looking at these prices, and these are all relatively like they're not poking eyes out for sure. This is like what $20, $30. The
Yeah. So that's cool.
Osmoser,
Yeah.
yeah, that
I want
looks
to see
like
more of them. Like I like when they do multiple ones. I don't
just the
want to see
same
just
picture and over and
one.
over.
Yeah. I'm just like, show me what the other ones look like too, so I get a better idea of what the
You can mint now. Are you
characteristics are.
minting all these right now? Actual is that you found out about the all tab and now you're scrolling through them?
Yeah, it's dangerous.
I don't know. I'm more on staking these days, but
Yeah.
if something good comes up, then I still go for it. I have this weird soft spot for box heads. I don't know why I find them hilarious. So I mentioned a couple of those. I don't even know if you'll find
Box
it on
heads?
this gigantic. Yeah,
I haven't seen that.
I don't know why they look. They have like
that cosmic
50
$8.
followers on Twitter.
That's
Yeah, I
nuts
minted
as
a
well.
couple of these.
Yeah, that's
They're
nuts
cheap
as
too,
well.
100 secret. I thought it was a PS Labs. Maybe they did like a collaboration with Knots or something. But it definitely does look like the Knots art. And I just saw PS Labs talking about it.
No, they were just talking about it in a space. It's just like a off the wall thing they did.
Uh-oh.
Those seem mostly tame. I feel like this is some weird AI stuff though too. This must be AI.
Yeah, there's there's one of them that I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Now we're gonna have to have that label on YouTube.
I put it on all of them. We're good. Yeah. Oh, look, now we have a Mario one. Sheesh.
Oh my God, kill it.
That's
poor
gonna
Mario.
get DCMA. That looks horrible.
What the
hell is that? Like the AI is like just the big fun thing right now. Like everybody's doing it, everybody's overdoing it, oversaturating it.
But it's also just like easy and cheap, right?
Yeah, it's easy.
Like DALL-E just changed their terms, and now they allow consumer stuff. So
100%.
Why wouldn't you? Like if someone's gonna give me money for an hour's work, why
Yeah, no, for sure. So all 3,333 sold out.
That's cool.
Do the math on this, Clay. You have a calculator with you? Let's see how much money they made off of this.
Well, if they all sold for 666, they got 2.2 million times 2.
What is it? 2 cents right now?
2.9.
55 grand.
3. Nice day's work.
Did you get the Watchers airdrop?
What is that?
From I guess it was from the Alleys.
Oh look, yes, I did. I mean, I don't mind showing it. Like, I got this one, and I'm guessing it's like I don't know what the hell this is. I was like, I don't know how it ended up in my wallet. I don't know what it is. It's like I'm guessing it's like
3 of them.
Yeah, is it like a puzzle piece? Like, why am I missing?
Oh, do you have that?
It looks like 1/16
of a thing.
Yeah, no, I didn't do the puzzle thing. Me and Clay were.
It was stupid. It was a puzzle piece. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, I didn't do it.
I mean, it looked cool. It looked like a cool idea.
Cool idea,
but the art wasn't very good.
Yeah,
not this one. A billion other.
Yeah,
wow,
that looks cool. That's a cool airdrop. Like I got 2 of them, and they look sick.
I didn't get any of that shit.
Did you have the
How many
Alleys?
are there?
Yeah, I got Alleys.
You got Alleys? Then you got them, man. You should look. I think I just saw mine pop up like a day or 2 ago.
When I saw that, I was like, "Oh wow, that's a cool airdrop." And yeah.
Did you ever get one of those Stargaze crooks?
No, I don't think I did. That reminds me of a game I used to play.
There was a game on, I think it was PlayStation. It's like Don't Sleep or
something like that.
This has that vibe, like that. It's like crows, and like every time it was like nighttime, if you weren't like hiding and had shelter, you'd die or something like that.
Mine was, I think, like a point and click adventure game where you just kind of like had to click on things to make it move and interact. I fucking love those games.
Yeah. Fun. You know what? I just had a mini panic right now, and I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't hit record." How horrible would it have been? Okay,
I'd be like, "I'm going to sleep."
Yeah, no shit.
Do you guys get these IBC goblins?
Those I don't even know why. I got like 5 of them.
Mine was I was gonna burn them, but I was like, nah, might as well keep them.
I put them on sale for a bunch of money.
This is the one I got.
He's got like
rare. Oh wow, that's gnarly.
500,000 stars at least.
At least, right?
Oh, I did get a watcher.
What's yours look like? Let me see yours.
Yeah,
they look so cool.
Let's put yours up on the screen. Let's see what Clay's looks like real quick. All right, let's see your. Okay, I like mine better. No, just kidding.
Okay, I think I sent you a link. Maybe it'll work.
No, I don't have it yet.
It's in the private chat.
Oops.
It's supposed to be a secret.
Oh, private chat.
Look at that. He's like a futuristic owl, dude.
Is that
He's like
actual?
Going to high school.
No. Okay. Let me see if I could. What is that? Let's see here.
This guy's like a Mojave Indian dude. This one's
All
going
right,
on
let's
sale
share
for
screen. $1 million.
oh yeah, baby.
Here's actuals.
Oh, very cool. I love the Juno. I love the Juno. The mask kind of looks like
I don't
some
really.
panties,
Yeah,
dude.
I don't
Looks
know
like
what's going on
like
with
some
the mask.
panties on your face.
The leg
Seems
holes, right?
Yeah, look,
Yeah,
it looks just
exactly,
like some
like-
panties, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He just dropped
Oh,
on
I
his
didn't-
head and he's sniffing
I
them.
didn't realize it was out.
But yeah, that smoke's not going
Yeah,
out.
the
It's
smell
going
line.
in.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going in. It's going
And then
in.
his
Yeah.
eyes, look at his eyes. He's just loving it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, that's the good shit right there. I love that.
Oh
one.
man.
So what are we saying? $1 million?
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
$1
Yeah,
million? Okay.
no, that one's 420,069.
Okay. 69. Gotcha.
And end it with a 0.69.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did get 3 of those weird things that you got. Mine don't look nearly as much like a penis, but I guess
Yeah.
kind of.
Mine looks
Which
like some
one?
sort of like animal penis.
It looks like to me that looks like something's on fire, and you got like a point, like you have the corner of the NFT. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying with your
And
PG
you have to
mind.
combine with the other 16 people and combine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be pretty cool.
I don't think Actual ever heard about our NFT project called Dragon Balls, where it was
yeah.
actual like ball sacks that were like when you combine 7 of them together, you get a Shenron shaft.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like
Get
yeah,
DMCA'd
exactly.
or
No, not yet.
okay.
I mean, no, like
Good.
I think we could steer clear of that.
Yeah, they don't
For
look like them at
sure.
all. They
Like
don't look
it's
like
just
them at
gonna
all.
be like literally a ball shack with a face on it,
Yeah.
and then they get
with a
spread
face.
out.
Yeah,
It's gonna have a face. It's gonna
Nice
have like
touch.
a friendly
Nice
looking
touch.
face.
One might look like Goku or Krillin.
But there's only
or
going to be
Vegeta.
7 of them. There's only going to be 7 of them.
Yeah.
And they're going to be split. They're going to go like just like the Dragon Balls split and go like all over the world.
Mhm.
The NFTs are going to go everywhere. It's going to be like some on Stargaze. There's going to be some
Secret
on
Network.
Evmos. Yeah, they're
Wow.
going to be everywhere. And you have to get
So
together
basically,
and like
if you want to bring them together, you actually have to finish the IBC NFT specification.
Exactly. And that's
Wow,
what it'll
that's
be
dedicated.
called, the Shenron shaft. That'll be the
Yeah.
the connecting
you're
hub.
going to have
the
Yeah.
Shenron
It's dedication.
shaft.
Dedication.
All right. So what
Well,
do we
good luck.
have? Yeah, good luck.
I like
Elite.
it because it pits 7 people against each other. Like 7 people randomly get this thing, and then it's like, hey, well, I want the other 6, so I can have the shaft. And so it's like you have to decide who gets the shaft, who are gonna be the 6 people that give it up, or who's gonna be the one that buys out the other 6. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting game to play.
Yeah, that might draw some attention.
I assume mint price is 9,000.
No.
Oh, yeah.
It's 420.69.
I like 9,000.
So who's
Before we
minting
rip that Are they minting yet?
tomorrow?
Didn't you say it was today?
Tomorrow, 4 p.m. UTC. I hate UTC time. What does that equate to in Central?
I'll probably mint one. I don't know. Do you think they're gonna go fast? How many are there?
There's
There's
3
a lot.
times. There's like 1,500 ish.
Oh, okay.
Wow, there's
Not that
1,500.
many.
Yeah.
You think that's a lot?
I mean,
maybe
how,
in this market.
3,000 Ricks got minted though. Instead.
But they didn't mint out at $150 a pop.
So how do
Yeah.
you feel about the mint though? Being an anon, an OG anon, like do you feel like they should have diluted their supply to I guess grow their project? Do you feel like having an exclusive NFT, it is
I like where this is
appropriate
going.
to have another like wave
Okay.
of minting?
Okay, I know they're not watching this, so I could speak freely, and I'm also going to extend the olive branch to Actual because Actual is an anon as well. So I'm going to say that literally today I was reconsidering if I actually wanted to mint these because I saw, and I probably shouldn't be saying this in case Actual hasn't seen it because then I'll be bidding against him. But OSL has some pretty nice looking operators dropping maybe tomorrow, or is it tomorrow? Thursday, next week? Something. I think it's next week.
August
next
2.
Week. Yeah,
August
next
2.
week. So OSL's got some fire operators dropping. Let me go ahead and I'll go ahead and since I
And those are only auction only, right?
yeah.
Oh,
So
interesting.
to
You can sell your glitch.
yeah.
My glitch. Not
No,
letting go.
Well,
Glitch.
trendy.
the
Those do look
IBC
pretty
one is
great.
badass.
Yeah.
That looks sick.
Why did it freeze? Like that one's cool. The IBC one's
I
cool.
like
That
that
one's
ninja
cool.
too.
Yeah,
That looks
they're
like a hobo.
yeah, he does look like a hobo. But
Kind of like
Or like a hipster
yeah,
hobo.
a hipster hobo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
One
mean, let's
that's
hype
like
it up.
doing
So
it because
actual
he's
bit on
rich.
that
great
one. And
pants
leave,
though. Great pants on that
yeah.
one. Like
Which one? The hobo?
the hobo one. Great pants.
The hobo's wearing like yoga pants.
No, they're joggers, bro.
I don't think he's a
Some
hobo.
tape
I
on
think
there.
he's like majestic
He's
as
a
heck.
he's a hipster.
That guy's
He's
awesome.
definitely
Have you seen Tor? Tor?
He's a
Have you seen Tor?
Like-
Have you seen Thor?
Like the person?
Yeah, no, I'm going the wrong
I've
direction.
seen Tor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen the movie Thor? Like there's the
No.
I forgot the guy's
I
character.
have seen Tor. I have not seen Tor.
There's a character on there that looks just like this guy, but I don't want to Google him because I don't want to say like black guy on tour. On tour. See, I'm already Tor's on the mind.
messed up.
Thor characters.
So you're more like reluctant to mint because you're already a part of the community and there's something.
Yeah, and I honestly, I'll probably
catching your
keep my eye on it. I'll keep my eye on it. I'll let Actual kind of step in from here while I'm looking for this really quickly, and he could talk about what his position is on this.
I personally just think the art is really cool. So I'm probably going to mint some just because I like it. Honestly, the Anon community is the Anon community. Love it or hate it. And it's certainly, you can do both. They're an interesting group of people. I personally think the price of admission to OG Anon, to that group, especially if you're doing anything in the secret space, is really valuable. I think there's a lot of shit talk.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of shit talking that goes along in that group. But if you bring them like legitimate, interesting work, they are really excited about it and want to help, or they'll at least criticize in a way where, you know, if you've got thick enough skin, you can take that criticism, and it's usually pretty valuable. So I like the original Anon community. Now, what will this new Anon community be? I think that's yet to, you know, who knows what this new Anon community, because it's not going to be the same. Having one of these season 2s will not get you access to that, you know, mythical group. So will it be, you know, we've got like 9 Discord groups where it's all the exact same people talking. Is it going to be that? And it's going to be the exact same Anons talking in 2 different places? I don't know. I don't know what that will be. I think it's, you know, it makes sense to try and grow whatever project you're in. It's like, you know, the point of kind of running anything sometimes. But all of that aside, I just think the art is cool.
Yeah.
And I like supporting good track records in the space. And you know, the Anon, as far as the secret network goes, is the longest running track record in that space. So they'll get a bit of my money. I don't know if I'll mint a lot. I'll definitely mint 1 or 2. Maybe I'll get that kind of addiction and mint way too many. Or
sometimes you just do, like, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna mint it. You mint it, and you get one that you don't like, and it's like, damn it, I'm gonna do it.
I have over 100
like
socks. Like, that's just absurd. That's so many socks. Yeah. Luckily, I gave away 10 today, so
nice.
I put them to good use. That's and awesome. Half of those people, if not more than that, have never been on the secret network. So I'm hoping that a good viral sock is a solid introduction to the secret network.
Yeah. It's funny, like I almost feel like Jamama's grown a man crush on you. Like, he just appreciates you so much, and then learning how you're just a man of many talents. We haven't even talked about how he's a DJ as well.
Nice.
Yeah, he's
bedroom
he's a
DJ.
Do what?
Bedroom DJ at best.
Bedroom.
But sure.
I'm retired, but yeah,
not yet.
But yeah, Actual's a cool person, and he's definitely somebody who brightens up the Discords anywhere he goes. So he's very appreciated. But before we turn this to a sappy love story, this is the guy I'm talking about. So everybody freeze frame him. And then this is the guy that I'm thinking of. He reminds me of him.
Pretty close.
That makes that OSL even more badass.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the vibe they're going for, I feel it.
But
But
doesn't it
like
kind of look like
on
Chili
his
a little
leisure
bit?
day, on his leisure day though,
Yeah,
right?
he's
Like
chilling. He's chilling.
yeah, yeah.
He's on Valhalla. He's chilling. But he kind of looks like Chili's character. Like you remember who I'm talking, or you know who the main guy is, right? From OSL, Chili. He's got that same kind of dread vibe on his character. Kind of reminds me of him.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so where does that take? Okay, so you spoke your piece on the nons, which I really agree with. It is a very important club for connections. If you want to do anything in Secret Network, that's the place to be. That's your easiest way of collaborating and basically getting your foot in the door, because you're on a platform where everybody's looking and listening. As far as like a normal person, like if you don't have a lot of money, this is a good opportunity to be a part of something that, like you said, like it's OG Secret Network. And not saying that you don't have a lot of money, but spending that much money for an NFT is something that's really, really hard to swallow as far as going like season one, where what is the floor like 2 to 4 grand, like something that's like crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a good entry, and who knows what the floor is going to be like. The Anons are really well known for sweeping the floors like crazy. So potentially there could be some artificial inflation where these end up being, I don't know, worth maybe like 700-800 bucks a pop, just because they're keeping the floor elevated. So you may mint one of these and you may be able to turn a little bit of profit on it. So not financial advice, but if you get one that you don't like, you could easily probably make your money back at the end of the day.
I mean, anything's
Love doing
possible
that.
in crypto. You can certainly lose quite a bit on any project.
Let me go ahead and flip this up real
That
quick.
that said, the Anons think highly of themselves and don't mess around. So
Yeah.
it would be really embarrassing to them, and they wouldn't like that
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
like have
A collection not
floor
sell out.
under mint.
Yep.
But not to say it can't happen. With that, you know, they say 1,500 of them, like that's potentially a lot of floor to keep up with. But maybe a non-whale doesn't care. And you know.
Yeah.
Did you say mint? I haven't actually seen mint price. You said it was 150. Is that?
Yes. 150
Okay.
secret.
I'm behind the times here. All right.
Yeah. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. UTC, 150 secret. And this is also minting tomorrow, and I have a whitelist. This is an ETH project, but I just like the art. I thought they were cute.
Yeah.
We're just
Kind of
reaching
reminds me
outside.
of the apes, just different, you know.
Yeah, orbital apes a little bit.
animation. Yeah, a little bit
Which
better
network?
animation on this one.
This is on
For
OpenSea.
sure.
This is Ethereum.
Oh, cool.
This is kind of like how I wanted the regular orbital apes to look, like
Mhm.
this, like sick looking, but they're just a little bit too basic for me. Like
P.S.
apes only look good like in the top tier.
Congratulations, orbital apes. They minted out today.
Yeah,
So
the
they're
floor started
100%
going up.
minted. Yep, it went from like 40 to 50 or 30 to 40, something like that.
Mhm.
But yeah, so for the listener that we've left you behind about 30 minutes ago, Fever Dream Friends is what we're looking at right now on the screen, and it's just basically an ETH project. I've tried to dabble in a lot of different worlds right now and see what's going on, because the best way to understand like what a good product is obviously to get outside of your walls, just to see what else is out there, because I don't know, it just allows me to see what's good, what's coming around the corner. Like especially if like these projects are popping up on Stargaze, on Secret Network, it allows me to relate to some of the things that I'm seeing on ETH that are doing well. So I'm just using it as kind of like a benchmark to see like what's popular, the pulse of the market, because obviously they're a lot bigger than us. Like we can't sugarcoat that in any way. So I'm just kind of dabbling out there and just seeing what's out there and seeing what the market is craving.
Have you seen Desk Heads?
Desk heads. It sounds very familiar.
Deskheads.xyz. I saw a tweet go by the other day and just kind of really dug the art and jumped into it. But they also have some really interesting staking and redemption mechanisms where
Oh yeah.
levels up the NFT. I don't know. I had low expectations, and then when I minted, I was actually extremely confused and didn't even know what I got, and it was very confusing. But then I just staked it and left it for 2 weeks. And when I came back to it, it looked cool. So it was really
What
interesting
changed?
that yeah, like, well, it was nothing at first. It was just like basically like the promo image of like, this is every desk head possible. And I was like, well, obviously I didn't get every desk head possible. I don't really understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But now it was literally just yesterday I looked again, kind of curious, and it had become its own thing and kind of evolved into that after staking it for a set of time. So it was neat to see a different kind of strategy of this thing evolving over time. I thought the animation was nice.
It is cool.
The art is a little on the simplistic side, but also
Right.
like has some good vibes to it.
So it's a Solana project.
Ethereum.
Is that
Gas
the
is
Solana?
cheap right now.
Is that that's not the Solana logo?
No, that's Ethereum.
Okay.
I think. Yeah. Is that what I
Yeah,
paid for it? What's that? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
That is really cheap. That's about the mint price of those Fever Dream Friends. It's a 0.06. So what is that, about $150 right now? So that's not horrible. That's kind of in lines with the Anons are trying to do with theirs. And like I say all this stuff about the Anons, but I'm probably going to mint one tomorrow. Hopefully I get a really good one on my first pull so I don't have to mint again. But yeah, I definitely do want to support Secret Network as much as I can, just kind of like how we did with like Kilroy and stuff like that. Like I really wasn't horribly interested in the movie, but I was very interested in supporting Secret Network and their goals to grow.
Totally agree.
So, with all of that, Clay, do you have any thoughts before we turn this over to our good friend Abstract and kind of let us dive into struts, like you're selling struts? No, just kidding. Struts.
No, go for it.
All right, brother, go ahead. You want to share your screen?
Oh, you want me to share Structs? Wow. Completely different. I thought we were
I gotta
gonna
go,
talk
man. I
about
gotta go.
I mean, I'll start by talking about it. I don't
Yeah,
even know
go
if I
for it,
can
dude.
share. Yeah.
Yeah, down on, oh, you can share down on the bottom. There's a button that
Yeah, I
says
got
share.
it there. I got it. I'll give it a preamble first.
Now you good. Do what you want to do. I would know
You
I
know
put you
what?
on the
Yeah,
spot.
let's share. This will be fun. Let's do it. Share what screen?
Take your time,
So the thing,
do it right.
always. You're gonna make me
Act a fool up in here.
okay. Now I have to give yet another thing permission to share something. So we're not sharing our screen today because that's
Okay.
gonna take too long. We're gonna have to leave. But what I was going to share was the Structs demo. And yeah, maybe you want to pull it up.
Yeah.
Structs.so. And
All right.
this is the demo we built. I want to say a year ago now, actually, coming on to a year ago. I guess a little bit less than that. But we had some interesting game mechanics that we wanted to try. And I've been, I guess, a little history on me. I created one of the first blockchain games back in 2014 called CoinDroids. It doesn't work right now. It was cool, but not that good at the same time because you know what? Nothing in crypto was that good in 2014. So I don't feel bad about saying that. Like that's fine. It had massive user experience issues, massive UI issues. You go to the website, it's like, hey, do you have like, this cryptocurrency? Do you have Bitcoin? No, get the hell out of our website. Like, what are you doing here? It's just, it didn't work. But it made a great game at conferences where you could like help people get them set up on a wallet, walk them through it. And then, by the 20 minutes they were using cryptocurrencies and it was kind of blowing their mind. So it was a cool game, but we've come a long way. And it was a pet project for a lot of years. Up until about a year ago, I gave the Cosmos network a try, the Cosmos SDK specifically, and it just blew my mind what I could do with it. So quit my 13-year career and went full-time into this game studio because I believe in what we can actually do. I believe the tech has finally caught up. Now, this isn't the game. This isn't necessarily what we're building, but there's some really interesting mechanics that are involved in the game. So, what we're seeing here is just all the different objects in the game. And in this demo, basically you can design these different objects, build them, fight them, and try and earn watt being the currency of the network in this case. So some of these interesting elements that we built, these are all, randomly generated. You could say these are NFTs if you really wanted to. There's two main objects. These are your structs, but there's also blueprints or schematics. Those are NFTs as well, theoretically. So there can be, a market for these things that you create. So I would head over to the R&D section and let's create one. So there's a couple of different areas you can build things upon, be it land, water, sky, space. You can decide to be mobile, stationary. And then there's some features you can add on there: attack systems, defense system, engineering, and power. Now, if you check off some of those, let's add land, water, engineering, and power systems. And now we can see on the right there, this is going to take 11 hours to decide. This isn't even to build. This is just to create the schematic that lets you build this in the future.
Right.
So that's a little much. Now, why it's 11 hours is interesting, but let's kind of just tone this down for a minute and then we'll start talking. So I would, instead of mobile, choose stationary. It's an easier one to build. That'll cut off some time. Perfect. And let's take off power systems. We don't need that right now. 2 minutes. Perfect. Great. Let's research this. All right. So now this is being researched on the computer. Oh, that crushed it. Nice work. All right. That was a lot faster. So what's going on behind the scenes here? And this is kind of things that, this is part of the ethos that we're using while building this much larger game that we're building called Structs. Again, this is just the demo that we're playing right now, but this is one of those mechanics that we wanted to try with people. What we actually had going on behind the scenes there was a proof of work style system where you were actually doing hashing and finding a hash that had the different features, had land, had water, and had engineering systems. And then once it finds that hash, it can show you. Now that hash also has other things in it as well, like its attack attributes, its strength, its color attributes, certain design elements. So there's all these different pieces that actually get pulled out of the hash, making it so each time you design this thing, it's a little harder. So let's give it a name and a description. Now I keep getting called Actual, and Actual is my middle name. So if that's confusing of why I'm Abstract and Actual, it's a long family tradition. My father was an Actual. My grandfather was an Actual, and all through the history, it just goes back and forth. But
that's cool.
Yeah, my cousin Bibliography knows a lot more about it. So now we can patent this to the system. So we've named it, and great, we did it. Now we can celebratory RoboClick, get rid of it. Great. Now let's go to our schematics.
The schematics.
Build. And we'll choose that one to build. You need a structure to build. We're using this. And now it's building again. Again, there's this hashing process going on behind the scenes. Now, one of the things you might notice, or maybe you won't notice, one, we're not using the word NFT. We're not using the word hash. We're not using the word proof of work. You haven't set up a wallet, but I assure you there's one there. You are interacting with the Cosmos blockchain this entire time. Every single thing you're doing is stored in that chain, is available in that chain, and is happening. This is the beauty of what I see. This is the power of what I see with gaming on the Cosmos blockchain, on Cosmos style blockchains, is that it gives you the power to, as the studio, to really make this a seamless experience rather than constantly bombarding people with terms that they don't understand and they don't care about. I think there's a reason why gamers hate this space. It's because they consider themselves smart people, and then they go to load it up, and it's asking them to download all sorts of crap they don't care about and they don't trust. Yeah. It's asking them to do all this stuff. It's using these terms they don't know or they don't like, and that's confusing to them. That's not what that game should be. It's taking them out of the game. A game is about being immersed in something that you find interesting. So to be immersed in something, but then it's like NFT, token. Like it's really alarming,
Yeah.
and just not a good experience for them. Oh, great! We've now created it, so we can go look at it, and now we actually have our structures. So I can create multiple structures off that same schematic, or I can create a new schematic that's better, because maybe I want a schematic that's a higher strength, or a schematic that's better at attacking and things of this nature, and I can go back and create better ones. So now we've got some fun little animations there. But again, this is all our demo. This is not this is not what we're actually building. What we're, no pun intended for the name. But this gave us like some really interesting insight from users. If you click that cog in the top right, we'll get a little bit more insight into what's going on, at least on that chain perspective. You can see you do have a battery, and that battery is your watt. Your watt is the token of the network. You got a rank now because you've started to build things. And then your droid ID is going to be your address. And there's just some other wallet details there that don't really matter all that much. That is not your actual private key. It is an example, but that does terrify the crap out of people, which is nice to see. But this is kind of the idea that we have going into the system is build a game first, build something that's fun, build something that's interesting for people, and don't really bombard them with these terms. You will never see things like NFT and token on our interfaces that we make, because it's just not interesting to the gamer. It's not the purpose of it. What you will see is my struct earns energy, or my struct uses energy. Those are normal game constructs. Those are things you will understand. Oh, I need my struct to do something. Doing something takes energy that will subtract watt from me. So all that's super exciting for us. And then the other reason why we think Cosmos is amazing is that common question is what is a blockchain bringing to the game? What is the benefit it's bringing to the game? And that one that gets thrown around a lot is true ownership of assets. And I think that's great too. You have this great object. You've created this struct village. It has the ability to build things, and that's pretty swell. One of our other players is probably going to come in and destroy it, so I wouldn't get too attached to it. But you meant well. But beyond ownership, what else is this technology bringing to it? And ownership, makes sense in like the NFT sense of skins. It gets a little sketchier when it's an item that gives you an advantage in the space. That can be a little bit rough. You can kind of buy your way to the top in many ways. So that's something that we're more concerned about. But what else can this bring? And for me, and I think most gamers have that one game in their history where it's like, oh, there was this sweet game, but then the servers went down. Oh, I used to play this thing back when I was a kid, but they shut down the servers. You can never play it, or it'll never run on today's hardware and things like that.
Halo 2.
There's no. Yeah, absolutely. I still remember hearing the story and like seeing the stream of like the last like 2 Halo players that just like refused to leave, right? Like they just like, no, like we're going down with this ship. Like the Titanic people are playing, like we're not going anywhere.
They're BXRing everybody they could find.
So like that's always kind of stood out to me as a really interesting benefit of this technology, is that we can bring operations to the players as well. If the players can run these networks as well, then these systems don't have to die when it's no longer profitable for the studio to run it. If the community wants to keep it moving, then the community has the power that they need to keep it moving. So that's one of the big ethoses of what's pushing our development is we're building a game that's actually operated by the community. Now, we don't expect every single player to help operate the community. That's absurd. Like that's not going to happen. But in Cosmos, we have this beautiful thing called a validator, which also, if you look at gaming, kind of matches up really nicely to like factions and guilds and such as well. So what we do is we actually take that same construct and try and build other like sub communities around each of those guilds in the form of factions, and then pit everyone against each other. But as long as the factions exist and the factions help run it, and the factions benefit from the system continuing, then the game itself continues to move forward as well. So we do. I mean, we could have just had validators and the VCs of the world and the main Cosmos validators of the world come together and maybe validate it, and that would be cool. But that same problem occurs where if they don't see the financial benefit of running those servers, why would they continue to run those servers?
Yeah.
So what we need to do is, and what we're doing is creating a game where the lore of the game is actually intertwined with the operations of the network itself.
Very cool.
That is cool. Like I'm over here hypnotized by the GIF and wondering what if you're sitting there approving each one of them and stuff like that as they come across before they go up. But yeah, I mean, what you're saying.
You can click the little water image, and you'll get a new one too.
Oh shit!
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there's you say like this is a demo, but like the attention to detail on the little stuff is really nice. And then how I was really thrown off, like that's why I had to reconfirm with you. I was like, this is a blockchain game, right? Because I didn't feel like it was a blockchain game, and this is just obviously a demo. But just kind of like playing around with it, clicking on buttons, moving through things. Like I never got the vibe or feel that this was like Web 3.0. And being in the blockchain for that reason, where I wasn't like connecting and signing in and doing all these little random things that I'm so used to. This made me feel like something very familiar, where it was less hassle, and I appreciated that, but I didn't really notice it until I actually had to like know what I was talking about when I was talking to you about it. And I was like, wait a minute, it is a blockchain game. And that's why I was like, sent you those questions before. I was like, and it's built on what? And yeah, so yeah, this is exciting. I'm really excited to see where you go with this, because this is being just a demo. Like you've put a lot of thought and effort into just these finer little details, and it seems like it's fun, and I'm probably going to continue to play around with it a little bit.
Yeah, I always have people say surprisingly fun.
Yeah.
I like that the first time you saw a crypto term, like you said, was when you went to the menu and you have to like use, get a seed phrase to save your account. And other than that, you wouldn't think it's a blockchain game. Pretty cool. Because I love that approach, like build something that's fun and then have the benefits of a blockchain behind it. And I really wasn't thinking of one like that, where like, like a game dies and then 20 years later, somebody says, man, I remember this blockchain game. Let me see if that file's out there. And then they find it. They literally could revive the entire game if they get a community like big enough to do so. And I think that's something that I didn't think about before, and an interesting perspective on why you would want to have a blockchain game. You know what I mean? So that's cool.
Sweet. Yeah,
so, go ahead, brother.
It's a fun experience, and we're very early in the next game. What we're building now, if you've ever played a 4X game, I don't know if you're big gamers or not, but 4X is explore, extract, expand, and exterminate. It's common in space games, but doesn't have to be space games, but it can also be video games and board games. I personally love them. They're just like a great time sink. But what I say we're building is called the 5X. So take those same X's and then add exchange, because we do have these real world assets that can kind of move around as well.
Have you ever played a game called O Game? It was on.
I have not played O Game.
Man, it was on iPad, and it was a game where like you started out, you have like a planet, right, and then so like you have to like get your ships and your resources, and then you send those ships to other places, and like it would take like 12 hours, right? And then somebody like bigger would like attack you and like take your resources, or maybe you would successfully make it back. It was just like a probability. And then also as PvP. But it's one of the games that I always thought, man, this could use a blockchain but on in the back of it. And like this one kind of reminds me of that, in that you can kind of attack the other players things. And so that's why I kind of like thought of it. But it's almost exactly like you said. It was a great game, and like they just turned the servers off because they got pretty toxic. But it was a fun game. Like if they could have fixed those little small issues of like, I think it was where like the bigger players were just so much more likely to like stomp on those smaller players that it didn't make like a great experience for people coming into the game. And then like the longer the server was active, the worse that got. So like they constantly had to keep like resetting the server. It was a big problem, but it was fun at least for like, you know, what you wanted to do at the beginning. I don't know. It was fun.
Yeah.
But
No, that
yeah.
balancing is like a huge issue, and balancing
Yeah.
both to keep it interesting for those like, you know,
Yeah.
giant ridiculous players, but also to
Yep.
keep it fair for those new players. What
Mhm.
I think is
It's a hard
super,
balance.
yeah, what I think, you know, we might be onto something, and time will tell. I'll eat my words when I eat my words. But one of the elements that we're trying to build into it is that guilds are actually encouraged to find new players. It's not in a Ponzi way, but
Hey, why not?
because
The world's a Ponzi. Like, screw
yeah,
it. Just go with
yeah, but
it.
because there's that proof of work element. So if there are things you're doing as a guild, not only is it like a classic Cosmos validator proof of stake, but in addition to that, you're basically running as a guild a proof of work pool as well, where you're saying, okay, we have, you know, this much resources available to us. This person left their desktop on. This person's looking at the site on their mobile phone right now. Which, by the way, mobile phones hash really well, surprisingly, at least in the grand scheme of this game. But you have all this different hashing power available. So then it's up to the guild to say, okay, what do we point that towards? We want to go fight this guild over there. We want to build these things and sell them. We want to beef up our security on these planets over here for this player. So it's encouraging you to actually support new players. And this goes back to the fact that what we want to build here with Structs is a decentralized game. And if it's a decentralized game, then that means you can't always rely on us, Slow Ninja, our design studio, to come and be the support network for you. So we're actually working on building the tooling so that guilds have their own micro support networks. So, oh, you're a new player? You know what? We need you. We will help bring you on board. We will be there to answer your questions. It's not Slow Ninja being there to always answer all the questions, always be the support network, always be everything that there is. Instead, we help facilitate these different communities, these different guilds, to actually form those services for people. Now, again, that might fail miserably, but I think if a game truly is going to exist in a decentralized manner and is truly going to move forward without the studio there to hold its hand, then things like customer support, things like making sure users are looked after and supported, and different mechanisms like that are necessary for it to succeed. So these are all the weird things we're trying to build into it to make sure this succeeds beyond us. We're trying to like leave it into the world and hope that, you know, we're not there to hold it. But at the same time, that definitely changes things like how do you upgrade that? How do you build new things into the game to keep it interesting? How do you balance it if something, you know, ends up being too overpowered? What mechanisms can be in place, and what governance models can be in place that give the community the ability to fix things without also giving the community to say like, you know what, we actually want this thing to be way more powerful because we have a lot of it. And now the game is ruined. So there's a lot of weird checks and balances that need to be put in while still facilitating what that governance model looks like without us in the future being there to say, no, this being those benevolent dictators to say, this is what goes.
You fork the chain. That's what you do.
I mean, it's something we have to appreciate might happen one day. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely it's not out of the
The
realm
open
of possibilities.
sourceness of crypto is pretty crazy.
It is.
Sometimes.
It is. And that's one of the things I'm kind of excited about. We'll see. We're cautious about as well, because again, if you're a guild, not only are you running a validator, not only running a mining pool, but you're actually probably also running the interfaces for the game. You'd be running the structs.so in this case, because it's just a static site. Now, you know, there might be artists around the world that contribute to the art of the game, and we have governance mechanisms in place to say whether or not some art is, you know, accepted into the core of the game. but no matter what, you can load up an interface and say, no, I want to see this art. This is my interface. I'll see whatever art I want. So, it's very possible that someone has like, penis structs world. And it's just like every ship and everything is just some various penis. And that doesn't change the experience for any of our other players, which I think is the most critical thing. So it's admitting that, yes, this might happen. And really what we're building is a game protocol. So anyone who speaks that protocol can play the game in whatever visualizations they wish. But trying to give users a curated view of it and give users and acknowledge that other users will do whatever they want, and trying to keep both of those happy is going to be a really interesting balance.
So you talked about using validators but not using them. So one thing that I don't think we've touched on yet is that you are potentially going to be your own chain. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is already its own chain. The demo is a chain.
True. So is there like I saw I was looking at the white papers, I believe, and something that always gets everybody excited is obviously airdrops and stuff like that. And is the Struts token, or it's not going to be a Struts token, it's going to be the Watts, right? Watts is going to be
two tokens.
Okay.
We have two tokens. We have basically the fuel of the network, which is the validating token, something that we call alpha.
Okay.
I like the name. Alpha matter, technically.
Yeah.
And that's an extremely rare substance. So if you want a comparison in the cosmos space, it's going to be more like an ion,
yeah,
than a huawa. Now, as you stake that alpha to a validator, we call our validators reactors. So as you stake your fuel to a reactor, it generates watt, and then watt is what is used to actually power your structs.
Very cool.
In the game we're building, you'll have a planet. From the planet, you can actually extract that alpha from the planet. So the only way really to get more alpha post airdrop is to play the game. As far as watt goes, I guess, or get it on the market, of course, from someone who played the game. The only way to generate it is to play the game, because the validators don't actually generate alpha. They only generate watt. So we think there'll be some really interesting like energy markets that kind of prop up from it to say like, okay, well, do I need the fuel, or do I need like right now the actual energy token is in abundance. Do I want to take that and use it, or do I want to try and turn that around? We'll see what happens. But yeah, those are the two main resources in the game is alpha matter, or alpha, and watt. And as far as the airdrop goes, if you were looking at the page, we have currently, I think it was like 300,000 addresses that we're looking to airdrop to. I don't believe in fair drop. I'm just gonna drop whoever gets what to what. That said, right now, who's gonna get the most, especially that really rare alpha token, are those people playing the game.
Yeah.
And those people playing the demo and the people in our Discord helping build this community. Right now, we're trying to build these guilds even before we have the active chain, because when the active chain goes live, it's going to require these guilds to be somewhat formed.
Right.
So not having the mainnet up right now is intentional as we build these communities, so that way they kind of hit the ground running. So we're excited to work with each of them, and it's been neat to watch each of them kind of write their own lore and see how that's kind of building behind the scenes. We have everything from Jerry's Lawn Care, which is a robotic guild that wants to make sure that the lawns of the universe are well manicured, even if by force. And then we've got the bit sifters, who are addicted to the storage of data and need energy in order to feed that addiction and properly store more and more data. So these are all community ideas and backstories that are being developed. So it's really fun to watch those kind of form and take shape.
Yeah. So what we saw too, we kind of like scrolled through a demo, right? And have we talked about like what the goal is of the main game, as far as like what gameplay looks like? Is it going to be something similar to this demo? Is this demo just to kind of let you get a vibe, feel, a visual of what the game is going to kind of look like, or is it going to be something completely different?
I think visually, we're still going to probably stick to that 8-bit feel,
Mhm.
just because we're old and we like it. And I mean, let's be honest, we're not about to like drop gorgeous 3D animations because
It looks cool.
we don't
I like it.
we don't have millions of dollars, but we like the design, so that's fine. The game itself will be more. One of the interesting pieces of feedback we got when people were playing the demo was like, I don't know what I'm protecting. Like they had these structs, but they didn't have a sense of home in the game. They didn't have a
Yeah, you
they
need
didn't
like a
have
planet.
exactly. So now we'll have planets. As a player, you start, you get to choose your planet, and the planet can have different attributes. And then from there, you can go and attack other people's planets. You can protect your planet. When you're finished a planet, so you can finish a planet by basically mining all of that alpha from it. So let's say you get 2 or 3 alpha out of a planet. When you finish it, that planet then becomes basically a power up. So the next time you go to get you go to start a planet, you can apply that power up and say, oh, okay, this planet actually has 2x mining capabilities, or this ship I just built actually has a stronger hull or something like that. So we see these planets that as you finish them, they actually become a separate collectible to say, I can apply this to my game and do better in certain situations, or I can go to the market and sell it to someone who's interested in having that as well.
Yeah, I remember things like gravity and like the size of the planet where like would dictate things like that. So that's cool.
Yeah,
I love those games.
We're hoping it's fun and compelling. It's certainly chunky. There'll be a lot to learn, but we're hoping that not every player needs to play the same way as well, which is another big thing. A new player, or a fairly, just a player that likes to spend a couple minutes a day on something, might be a very different experience than a player who is, a guild leader, or somewhere in between. So just because there's different types of players involved doesn't mean that they need to all experience the exact same game and kind of understand those complexities in different ways. If we can give them a more simplistic view that they're still helping their guild, then that can likely be very beneficial to the guild because it's a different type of player coming in and assisting them.
Yeah. So as far as like the look, were you gonna have like maybe like a dashboard? Like what are you gonna try to do to kind of like simplify it for like some of the user, especially like the new ones who are just kind of getting their feet wet in the game and just kind of like going off of that.
Ooh, I wonder if I might be able to throw you a link of what we were creating before we went this route, but it'll give you a little bit more idea. Oh, this is the wrong thing. One sec. I got to run through Notion. Here it is.
While you're doing that, so like I have a command, like I have my robot, I press attack. So then I have like these different structures that are just like what just other players out there.
Yeah, but they might also be you. I've definitely seen a player kind of murder himself accidentally.
Yeah.
Like, did I just blow myself up? I'm like, yeah. Cool.
That's funny.
It's fun.
So how do you know if you gun car, it drives and shoot? Okay, somebody named there's that. So I'm going to attack it. So I'm guessing that's what we're watching right now. We're watching the attacking of this gun car. I see a task was complete. So what happened right here in the game? Like
you just attacked it, but I can see that the health didn't go down whatsoever. So it was a very weak attack.
Got you.
Maybe your attack sucks. Maybe it's really strong. Tough to say. It's a little small for me. In the demo, the main thing you want to do is generate energy. So those structs with power systems are really important because they're always generating energy, but they can also steal energy from other people. So you get them down to 0 health, and then you do a power drain, and then you basically blow them up on the power drain. So it's kind of a 2-step process. I just sent a link along that was one of the interfaces we were working on to improve the demo, more the onboarding process. But I think it probably gives a little bit closer idea of the style that we're kind of working with.
So do you have to use an iPhone 5?
Yeah, absolutely. 4, I think. Yeah. It has to be 9 pixels. Our UX guy intentionally uses this because it's the smallest screen possible that people still seem to use. So it's usually hopefully a better experience.
Are we going to do the tutorial or skip it?
Yeah, skip it. Why not? Let's live a little. This we're changing a bit. So I was just looking at our library of PFPs for the game. And we have like 75,000 different combinations now without palette swapping. So I'm pretty happy about that, although they're going to keep building. But again, although we're bringing this art to the game, we're also providing the ability for other people to bring art to the game. So, if someone wanted to bring the Fluffle into the game and had some kind of buy-in from different guilds, then they could do that theoretically if there was some sick robo bunnies out there. So these are different kind of things. But originally, your PFP was actually directly linked to your address. So the address you made in the game actually dictated what you ended up looking like. Again, just another proof of work kind of style system.
All right, so I'm going to hit accept. Or what is refract? I guess I'll just click on stuff, right?
Yeah.
Try to break it.
I mean, it can't be that hard. I wonder if I have the desktop one.
Accept.
No, this is all play. I wish I had the desktop one. It looks really cool. Anyways, we had lots of struggles with even describing what the hell ambit is. Ambit is in the game land, water, space, and sky. But people have never heard the word ambit before. It's one of those things where I just like thesaurused until I found a word that made sense. But no one has ever heard it. So suddenly we needed like 3 pages dedicated to describing what the hell this meant.
First, you must type it.
As far as the new game, I think if you go to the wiki or I guess it's our white paper in a way, it kind of gives the best vibes for what it's going to look like. But it's
I was like, if this isn't what it's going to look like, I'm just going to stop showing the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so like how far along do you feel like you are in the process of, if you had to put it on a percentile, like a 0 through 100%, how far away is this from launching?
Good question. To completely evade that question, I'll say that we built this demo late last year, and then we spent some time just polishing the demo a bit and kind of seeing what people thought and doing a lot of, we lost.
No, I just moved him. I moved him.
Okay, that was close.
He said he had to step out real quick. Oh, he's back.
Gotcha.
He had to get a beer. That's what he
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers. So we were building this, and then it got clear that the game was incomplete. We always knew the demo was incomplete, but it became clear that we needed to take a step back and really figure out what the hell we were building. Otherwise, we were just polishing the turd. And I'll use that term nicely because I'm very proud of what we built in this demo, but it was clear that it wasn't a full game, and it was really important to us that we created a full really compelling game. So we went back to the drawing board for, I want to say 4 months, doing all sorts of, we use Tabletop Simulator a lot to like try out different game mechanics and see how things go, try out different battle mechanics, lots of back and forth, just lots of brainstorming on how to actually make a full compelling game. And that's where we end up with basically all the information that's in the wiki at watt.wiki. As far as now building it goes, in a way, you know, we're already playing. The way we see it, we're already playing. That doesn't mean we've launched mainnet, obviously. But again, we're building guilds up. That way, when these things hit, those guilds are kind of ready to actually be guilds at that moment. So there's some community bootstrapping that needs to be done, as well as the technical bootstrapping that needs to be done. We could have a chain going probably, you know, within 2 months if we really wanted to. But will the guilds be ready for that yet? Will the tooling be ready to support it? I'm not too sure about that. But along the way, we're releasing all sorts of different tools and all sorts of different interfaces and elements to the game that will keep things, that will keep people playing the game as we work our way up to what is the actual final kind of product. So, long story short, I'm not too sure when you know mainnet launches and everyone kind of goes at it, but there's a lot between here and there that we're trying to make as fun as possible. So it's not just you know, we haven't sold a single NFT, we haven't, you know, sold a single token. We've been building games since 2014, and we've never done an ICO. We've never had a white list. Like, it's just not things we do. But instead, what we're trying to do is offer little pieces here and there to keep people engaged, keep people interested, and kind of teach them along the way, but also learn from them for us, and make sure that what we're building, you know, meets their expectations and is compelling.
So would it be fair to say that if somebody likes the visual of what they're seeing in the demo, that kind of basically stay tuned, like the game is going to be so much more, or is that going to be basically along the lines of what you should expect from the game?
Oh, it's going to be a lot more than that.
Yeah.
A lot more than that. Yeah, absolutely.
I was hoping I didn't set you up for a fail right there. You're like, oh, that's it, man. That's
it. No.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, shit.
Our artists are, I mean, we've got, the art team is the largest team, two full-time and 2 part-time. But they are, honestly, they get better every day, which is awesome to watch. Admittedly, we don't have a lot of game experience other than just the games we've built together. So it's, you know, we don't come from AAA studios. We don't come from a major background of indie shops, but they certainly know what they're doing. And I think, like, even just these icons, you know, kind of set the stage a lot more than what we had in previous times of polishing things a little bit, just polishing that data. But the 8-bit art, the background art, the interfaces, it's all just, you know, getting cooler and cooler every day, and I'm very excited to show everyone. The next 2 things that we're hoping to get in people's hands is, one, basically that profile picture generator based on all of our art. And again, it's not going to be a mint process. You're actually just going to be able to select the components you want to look like and select the color you want to look like. So it's funny you were mentioning that earlier, Clay, of like, hey, what if I just color this and then I can mint that? That's kind of what we're doing with the game, is like, here's the components, design and like alter the coloring as you wish, and then that can be your profile picture, at least to start.
Whether you can do that for your planet too, like just have like a base planet circle, and then you just like add the, you know, attributes and then mint it. That'd be cool.
So the next thing we're doing is that planet piece. That way, when the mainnet goes live, people have those planets that they're starting with, because planets have different attributes. A guild might want to say, okay, we need you to have, you know, a planet with rings. We need you to have a planet with 3 moons. we need you to have a land planet. We need your planet to have
Oh
water.
god.
Guilds might actually so it gives each player like, okay, I'm going to be the water people of the guild. Like that's going to be great.
yeah.
Or a guild might just say, hey, we're only water people. Screw the land people. Like this is what
You're
we
giving
do.
me
So,
flashbacks, man.
I'm glad I'm hitting nostalgia.
Managing like 16 planets and shit. And it's like,
Yeah.
I have a real life too. Why am I even doing this? I'm like, I keep track of this shit better than my real life. I'm just like, oh, God. But yeah, that it gets pretty intense, like you're saying. Managing different planets with different attributes. That's cool. And that's the part that I like. Like you take a simple thing and then you just make it to where you got to farm that simple thing and you know, make it fun. And I see that that's what you're doing. So I love it.
Yeah, we're hoping that those different layers where if I'm just a simple person, I just want to manage my planet. Great. But if you have maybe larger aspirations, then you're helping run a guild and say, okay, we need different types of planets. We need you to do this. You need that. So it ends up being a bit of a micromanaging standpoint instead. Or maybe a guild is a DAO and they all vote on it every day. Like, what planet shall we be now?
And there was always this thing like, my friend needed, a certain resource and I had it. I'd be like, yeah, I can send it from my this planet. And it would be, oh my God, dude, you're giving me flashbacks to you because there would be like different quadrants of space. And then you had to calculate like how long it would take to get from one quadrant to the other. And be like, yeah, I'll be there in 12 hours, man. Don't worry. I got you on that iron or whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah, possibilities can get pretty complex with this type of game. So I love it.
Yeah. Now, that complexity is also like potentially our Achilles heel. So we have to be careful. We're still running a blockchain. We have to move block by block still. So we have to make sure that this game is still fun. That process is still smooth. That's actually one of the reasons why we chose proof of work elements, because that's something that can at least happen on the user side. That can be client side, doesn't necessarily like bog up the blockchain itself. But I can be on my side saying, hey, I'm trying to build this thing or I'm trying to mine this thing. So, a lot of people said, don't try and build an entire game into a blockchain. That's stupid. I love doing shit that people tells me is stupid. So here we are. I think I have the answer and I'll eat those words when I need to.
Well, dude, like, I'm seriously rooting for you. Obviously, I'm a fan of yours as well. So if somebody has seen the gameplay or the demo of the gameplay, basically, if you like what you're hearing from actual or abstract, whatever he wants to be called today, and you like the visual look and the vibe and the things that he have said, how can somebody kind of lean into that, learn more, become part of the community?
Finding us on Twitter is probably the easiest way to then get to Discord. So at Play Structs, Play STRUCTS.
Let me pull you up.
Definitely the easiest way to find us there. That's where we'll also post about all sorts of contests and stuff like that. If you do happen to use Discord and get lost in that, add us to your list of 1,000 servers. I try very hard not to abuse the add everyone tag. So I will promise you that if I am summoning the world to my server, it is for very good reason. If you want more information on the game itself, I suggest checking out watt.wiki, WATT.wiki. That's basically our white paper. It's not so much where a new user will get sent who has never played the game and they'll get terrified this abundance of information. But this is our Bible. This is what we're using to build the game. This is every algorithm, every piece of logic that we try and develop, every dictionary and every description and graph goes into this. So if you're the kind that just really wants as much details as possible, then this is where it'll be. This is where we'll list our repositories, and those are all open source and things like that too. So, and details on tokenomics and things. And when I say we're building this, I use the term "we" royally. This is a community effort. If you've always wanted to build a 4X badass space battle game, come join us. Like, come join Discord and let's make sure that this game kicks as much ass together as possible. This is definitely a team effort from a community standpoint. Whether you're a community manager, whether you're a project manager, an artist, a programmer, or statistician, like come hang out and let's make things. We actually have an electrician in the group, or a engineer, who has helped, like, because we use a lot of energy based concepts in the game, so making sure that those are not stupid and completely wrong, so we don't look like idiots.
Yeah.
Obviously, a little bit of abstract is fine, but making sure we're not completely stupid is nice. So if I guarantee every human has something to contribute and share. So if you want to come build a cool game, please come join us.
Very cool, man. We definitely appreciate you being on here, and that was definitely one of the things that I was going to mention. Like scrolling through your wiki or your Bible, as we'll call it, like the amount of information and detail in here, like that's something that somebody could be excited about. Because if you're seeing this amount of detail on the back end, or just like in something that's so like trivial, in the grand scheme of things, especially like being in the crypto world, like you see a lot of like white pages and shit like that. They're like half-ass. Like this is an instruction manual basically. So you got something special that you're building if you're taking this much care in building such a nice guide for people to kind of flip through and get into the nitty gritty.
Thanks. That means a lot. I'm glad it's recognized.
Yeah. Clay?
But we got to deliver on it.
Yeah. This is the easy part. The hard part is the work to come. You have any final thoughts, Clay? You have any shout outs?
Not today. Just I like the game though. The game is cool. All the mechanics remind me of one that I used to play, so I'm excited for mainnet.
I saw that little sparkle in your eye when you were talking about it.
Give me some of that alpha.
Heck yeah, right?
The alpha matter. Yeah, there we go. I'll be sure that I let everybody know when that's flinging around. But you have any shout outs, abstract, actual, glitch 2?
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I have at least some of those names.
I did see his screen glitch though.
Yeah, I'll be sure I get a screenshot of it.
For sure. I'll just give a shout out to the Structs Discord.
Yeah.
We've had a bunch of new people join. It's been awesome. People are excited about helping to form these little guilds and grow them into something big. We just gave out 10 pairs of viral socks, so I'll give a shout out to the viral crew as well, because I think they're pretty cool and fun. And I bought way too many hats, so we'll see if I can afford season 2 and on.
Yeah, no kidding. You'll be all right. We can only get 2 unless we start hustling for other people's whitelist. So yeah, man, shout outs. Appreciate you, Abstract, being on here, coming in, sharing a little bit of information about your game. Like I fell in love with the art. Like I thought it was really neat. And then just like the funny kind of quirky things that you built into the user interface of it as well. Like your little your robo click and stuff like that. And just like the little things that you're doing to make it fun from all aspects of the game. So that was appreciative. So yeah, it was definitely nice to have you on here. I appreciate you being here throughout the full thing as well. You got to take part in our banter and have a little fun with us.
Hey, thanks for having me. That was a lot of fun.
Sweet, man. Until next time, take it easy, Clay. You have a good night, brother. Abstract. We'll see y'all guys later.
Nice meeting you, Abstract. Have a good night.